Hey, good morning, Facebook world, and welcome to Shake Talk with Barbie Lee and the best breakfast ever. This is where we simply change your breakfast to change your life. We do it every day, Monday through Friday, while I'm having my shake. Now, I have my shakes every day, Saturday and Sunday, but I never know what time. Like last Sunday, I didn't have my shake till like 9:30, so that happens. So this is where you get to start saying yes to the things you used to say no to. Like, I'm too tired becomes, yes, I'd love to, or I don't have any time becomes, oh, when do you want to do it? And then, no, thank you, I can't afford it becomes, yes, absolutely. Maybe I'll even have two, right? That's like me going to Mexico for 3 months. And it all starts right here with breakfast. So that's the way it works. And here we go. So this week we were talking about holiday happiness, right? So today we're talking about money. Like, what's a better subject to talk about? I like to call it Wealthy Wednesday, Wellthy, Wealthy Wednesday. Ha! Because without your wealth, you have no health. No, without your health, you have no wealth, is what I meant to say. So your health is most important in your life. Absolutely, bar none, most important. It's more important than your children. Yes, it is. It's more important than your marriage. Yes, it is. And it's more important than your job and everything else. And definitely, yes, it is. Because if you don't have your health, you can't help others do what they need to do. Good morning, Jessica. Thanks for joining. So yesterday, I had a great session at the ATB. And there was a beautiful woman by the name of Christy Russ. I believe was her name. Christy Russ. And she's this... she calls herself the renegade pharmacist. And I love when people in the medical field, right, which she is a pharmacist, understand the benefits of nutrition and not necessarily medication, right? Because a lot of times pharmacists and doctors are all about the medication and they say, oh, well, you need this. Wait, I have a piece of hair that's making me crazy. Do you see that right there? But it's backwards. It's hard for me. So it'll be this side pull, that way. No. Anyways. Oh, I can't do it backwards. Forget it. Yes, Jessica, health is very important. So I loved how she talked yesterday about this simplicity, how, really when we focus on the right diet, and I don't mean ad diet like going on ad diet, I'm talking about the food and everything we put into our mouth, our diet, right? And our nutrition, which is not equal. Diet does not equal nutrition unless you're focused on nutrition and exercise, right? And then she talked about two others, but those are the three kind of key ones that everybody knows, right? There's no big secret that says we need to eat, that like nobody, unless you've been hiding under a rock, knows we need to eat better, right? So all of that comes with your taking care of yourself, right? So that you can be successful. That was, her talk was called, you can't have success without your health, right? Now, most of the time we equate success with money, and that's what we're talking about today, right? So getting really clear on these health strategies, right? Like really putting them into place and getting that into place so that you can function better, so that you can do what you need to do in your employment, in your home-based business, in your network marketing business, like whatever it is. So here's what happens at Christmas and during the holiday season. People spend way too much, and then they think about it in January when their bills come in. They think for some reason that they have to have these, piles of Christmas presents under the tree, or they have to give presents to everybody that they know. Now, I get it. Some people have a love language of gift giving, right? And some people have a love language of receiving gifts. But it doesn't matter the cost of the gift. Now, some people who are superficial and are flaky says, oh, well, I will only accept, gifts of, I'll only buy a Hermes scarf. Is that how you say it? I don't know how to say it. Or a Jimmy Choo shoes. And that's fine if you can afford it. But if you are going into debt to fulfill those needs that you feel somebody has, which are really just wants, then it's a big problem, right? And this time of year, it's a big problem because, especially for parents, they want to keep up with the Joneses, right? All their kids' friends are getting, supposedly getting all these great gifts, so they want to give their children all those great gifts. I'm going to tell you a sad story about me growing up. So I don't do a lot of sadness about me growing up, but this one revolves around money and Christmas giving and the impact it will have on children. Okay? So I'm 48, And this story still floats in my head. I'm 48, and this happened probably when I was 9, maybe 8, maybe 10, somewhere in that, maybe grade 4, 5, 6 kind of thing, age range. So I am the youngest of 4. And my Auntie Joanne has 4 girls, and my Auntie Tina has 5 kids. At that time, I think she only had 4. And my uncle Bruce had 2, and I think that was probably all the kids in the family at that time, like all the grandkids, whatever. So we were having Christmas at my grandmother's house. Now, we went to my grandmother's house, and there was this living room, and there's the tree in the corner. And I remember walking in, and there were presents, like literally halfway down the room. And like when you're 8, 9, or 10, you're like, whoa, that's a lot of presents, And I didn't, I just went, whoa, that's a lot of presents, right? Didn't really think much about it. But of course, my brain was like, oh, I wonder if, how many of those are for me? And, because that's what kids think like, right? So Christmas morning, I have a memory that my mom wasn't there, but she might have been. But because this is such a negative memory for me, she may have been there, and I might have forgotten because I was mad at her, whatever, all crazy what the memory does to make us right about our past. Anyway, so there were, I think that would have been, Greg wasn't there. So maybe there was 8 or 9 kids, right? And, so whoever was, handing out the presents, right? I don't remember who did it. But like two of my cousins' families, right, got like 5, 6, 7 presents each, right? Like they got a bunch of stuff. And I got 1, I think maybe 2. It wasn't like, I can't remember exactly, but I remember they got everything and I got nothing. That's how my memory is. Okay. And I remember being so hurt on that day that I was surrounded by these kids that, had all these presents to open, and my mom wasn't even there, and, whatever it was, it's like I said, it's kind of fuzzy. I think I remember it like how it was, but I'm sure that's not how it was. But the point being is, from that day, that got me to realize there's haves and have-nots, right? So my mom did the best that she could, single mom of 4 kids, right? And probably sent me off to my grandmother's for Christmas because maybe she had to work, like who knows, right? And if I asked her, she may not even remember what this Christmas was like, right? But I remember being really sad about these kids that got everything and me not so much, right? And I remember thinking, I am never going to do that to my kids. They're always going to get everything, da, 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 da. That was my thinking. Fast forward almost 20 years until I have kids, right? 18 years until I have kids. And I made a conscious decision when I was pregnant with Rydell that if Santa decided she was a good girl, Santa would bring a gift. Mom and Dad would give her a gift. Grandma could give her a gift. And if her aunt and uncles, like her godparents, right? Her godparents wanted to give her a gift. But that was pretty much it. It was family gifts were one, right? So what we've done as a tradition in our family is, if Santa thinks the Hemmings family was really good, Santa gave us a gift. Kids gave each other a gift. Parents gave each child a gift. And sometimes the kids got together and gave the parents a gift. Our Sunday mornings were not spent in an hour ripping open presents and cleaning up a mess. We had a very relaxed, quiet time doing gifts. Now, fast forward a couple of years, them hanging out with cousins and stuff. And, one of their uncles is divorced. So his kids, that was their Christmas. And he bought them tons of stuff. And I would tell the kids, I would say to them, you know what? There's going to be sometimes these kids are going to get a lot of presents. And you know what we do, right? She's like, yeah, we know the kids. And they really understood we don't need a lot of stuff because we get what we need throughout the year. It wasn't about Christmas. But now the kids are older and we write letters to each other. We do something personal for each other. And like on Christmas Eve this year, and like we did last year, we volunteer at the church and we say the Hemmings has got it. We do the door, we do the bulletins, we collect the money, we count the money, we lock up, we blow out all the candles, like so that no one has to worry about it. And that's what I love, is that time and contribution, right? We talked yesterday about contribution. So here's my long story about money. It's not about the money that you spend. It's about the value that you give, which is really different. So it's not about the money that you spend. It's about the value. We've always done something as a family, right? We typically, Santa in the last few years has given us a family gift of something for us to do together, right? I have no idea what Santa's going to give us this year because, it's Santa. Who knows what's going to show up, right? But as life changes and as we grow, but there's still that niggly in the back of my mind saying, I should get the girls a present. But you know what? I give them, right? I give them stuff when they need it. That's when we get it, right? So I'm going to challenge you. Really take a look at money versus value for this holiday season. That's my story. Have a great day.